Hello and welcome to the 40th episode of Business Litigation TV, the internet's most passionate show about business litigation. I'm your host, Jesse David Eisenberg, and I am a New York Business Litigation Attorney. Recently I've been speaking a lot about the mistakes that businesses make that end up getting them sued, and the easily avoidable mistakes that get them sued, and what costs them their case. So now I want to flip it, okay? So I'm gonna let you know 5 easy ways to protect your business from lawsuits, okay? So the first one is make sure your business has some kind of corporate form, all right? Speak to an attorney, get it into a corporation, a partnership, a limited liability company, something like that, okay? Now, while this doesn't prevent a lawsuit, what it does is it prevents you from having any personal liability if it's done right. So that means, your business can mess something up, you can get sued, and by you, I mean the business can get sued, business can lose, but your personal assets are not going to be at stake. Okay, so this goes along with when you do have a corporate form, you need to follow the corporate form, all right? Hold your yearly meetings, don't play with the corporate money, that kind of thing. But if you do everything right, it's a way to personally protect you from a lawsuit. The second one is get insurance. All right, again, this is another one that doesn't specifically stop you from being sued, but it can, the insurance can end up paying for your lawsuit, paying out, something along those lines, all right? You can get liability insurance if somebody gets injured on, at your work or because of your work. You can get what's called errors and omissions insurance. So if you make a mistake in your business, you'll be covered. Things like that. So talk to your insurance broker, okay? This is another way to protect you from having to personally pay out, or even your business from paying out, besides maybe a deductible. The biggest one, and I harp on this all the time, is proper contracts, okay? Have an attorney draft your contract, or at the very bare minimum, look over it. So what an attorney can do is make sure they see the pitfalls in the contract, ways you can avoid being sued by changing some language here or there. So just make sure that you have a fully executed contract and that the contract is proper for what you need done, all right? So the fourth one is called, what I'm going to say is watch what you say, all right? So don't make big representations or give tons of warranties, all right? Especially if you're not planning on honoring them, or you just are being grandiose. These don't help you. They get you sued, all right? So make sure anything that you do agree to is in writing, all right? Any representations you make. I always like to say it's safer to under promise but overperform versus the opposite. You overpromise, you underperform, most likely people are going to want to sue you at the very least. Also, be careful what you say about anyone else, especially in this day and age, all right? Avoid a defamation lawsuit. Just keep your mouth shut, all right? Don't go posting on social media, especially about a bad customer, things like that, all right? So protect yourself by watching what you say. Lastly, keep excellent records, all right? Keep records of all your interactions, if possible, with people, with your customers, or even people who don't end up being your customer, all right? You also want to keep records, to make sure if you promise something, you're going to write down what you promised so someone else doesn't come back and say you promised something completely different and then sue you for it. Also, this is another way to protect yourself with it. If you have you have a customer that wants you to do something a little cheaper, something that's cost-cutting, but maybe not as safe or not as smart, make sure you document it. Have them sign it, so they can't come back later and say, oh, you never told me that this could happen, all right? And anything unusual, all right? Someone gets hurt, especially if it's their fault, but always just record everything, all right? So that way that there's not going to be he said, she said in court, all right? And can protect you from maybe even being sued at all if you can show proper paperwork. So those are my 5 ways to avoid lawsuits or to protect yourself. All right, you got any questions? Feel free to email me at jesse@jdelaw.nyc. As always, guys, thanks for listening and watching.